All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the team call. Got started off with a little chuckle there. I thought I was going to have to look through the house for that dog that got into my home. So I'm super excited. We're going to keep this kind of short. I was, before many of you guys hopped on, I was saying that my wife's with my oldest kids at a class. I got the three youngest ones here, and the internet's not working in the house. So I couldn't babysit them with a show. So I'm running the hotspot off my phone, and they're hopefully not destroying the house. And remember, it's like a 1, 3, and 5-year-old. So my goal is to be done with this within 30 minutes. So, but it shouldn't take much longer than that. I wanted to go over a couple announcements. First of all, we had Super Saturday just recently. That was awesome and great. If you didn't make it to a Super Saturday, I haven't gone in and checked yet, but they usually put the Super Saturday video into your Coach Online office. You can go in there and you can watch it in there if you weren't at a Super Saturday and didn't get to watch it. The next thing that I want to show you guys, I'm going to pull up my screen real quick, and then I'll screen share it with you. And I didn't have it quite prepared, but I will have it here in just a second. I wanted to share with you guys, as many of you guys know, recently Jeff Necker, Michelle Necker's husband, won the Beachbody Challenge daily winner. So he won $500 for the Beachbody Challenge. But the cool thing about that is his wife, Michelle, I got that down. That's what happens when I'm scrolling and trying to talk at the same time. Michelle is Jeff's coach. So for being the coach of the challenge winner, she also won money. So I don't know if you know that, but when one of your people, one of your customers gets results of the programs, you also, if you are the coach of that person, you also win money as well. So right now the Beachbody voting is going on this week, and it continues until, I believe, 11:59 a.m. Pacific time on Monday. And you can vote for somebody once a day. So you can vote for somebody once a day. So I'm going to encourage, because Jeff and Michelle and Jeff are on our team, encourage you guys to take it literally. If you're logged in and just click on this link right here, just like save this link to your notes or something. If you click the link, it takes you there. It literally takes like less than 3 seconds to place your vote. You just scroll to Jeff's story. If you believe his is awesome, then you click vote, and it says we've submitted your vote. And you can do that once a day until Monday. So the cool thing, I have 3 business centers. My mom and dad are a coach, and my wife is a coach. So they've been getting 6 votes from us every single day. So you can go in and vote from each Team Beachbody account that you have. And so I wanted to give that recognition to Michelle and Jeff for representing our team in the challenge. Though when they win, the winner gets $5,000 and a trip to LA to the corporate. So that's pretty awesome. And it's pretty awesome to see also Jeffrey in the age 50 and over category represent our team as well. So that's what I wanted to share about that. I'm going to unshare my screen here. Okay, so let's and I see Michelle's on here with us right now too. So hi, Michelle. So let's support Jeff this week. It just takes a couple minutes. I think that's a great way to show some team spirit for this month of Team Spirit, is vote for one of our team members. So once again, congrats. And remember, if we want to build a strong team and really build a valid team and create results, it's important that we get results help our customers get results, that we as coaches get in the habit of submitting our results in the Beachbody Challenge, helping our challengers finish their program and submit their results as well. And I'm hoping, or I have a vision, that we see much more Beachbody Challenge winners like Jeff on our team. So raise your hand if you think we could do that. We can do it. That's what I like to see. So I wanted to make another announcement. Reach out to me individually. Some of you guys are newer coaches. Some of you may not know. But the end of this month, well, the 1st of December, like the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, we're going to be in Las Vegas at what's called the GoPro event. There's the book called GoPro, How to Become a Professional Network Marketer. Richard Branson's going to be there. Tony Robbins is going to be there. And I bought 100 pack of tickets, and we actually sold, I think, like 118 tickets in our team. So there's 118 people from our team coming. Michael Greenberg, who is Jennifer Greenberg's husband, he booked out like these huge homes like on VROB. A year ago to room almost everybody, almost all 100 people. And so a year ago, he set up like payment plans and whatnot for someone to buy a GoPro ticket to come. It was going to be, it's like a team retreat for us, but we're going to be in training all day with the guy that does GoPro, and then Tony Robbins and Richard Branson. But we're going to be there December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We're actually checking in on Thursday and we have the home until Monday. But I'm talking about that because there's a few people that have tickets that bought their GoPro ticket and their housing that for individual reasons cannot come for family reasons. So we have a few spots left, not just for the GoPro ticket, but also for housing. If you want to come to Vegas with us in a month, spend time in the house with us, and go over to the all-day training with us Thursday night, Friday all day, Saturday all day. So I wanted to make sure that you guys knew about that. If you want to come, it'll just become first come, first serve. Just write me a Facebook message and we can get you into that with us. So that's all the announcements that I wanted to briefly talk about. What we're going to talk about now that I want to go through with you guys, and I'm going to share my screen, is we're going to come right back here. I'm going to minimize this. We're going to look at this right here. Can you guys, I can't see your guys' faces anymore. Let me minimize that. There you guys are. I'll just make it bigger like this. Give me a second. Can you guys see, can somebody, Sean, I can see you. Can you see, sharing is paused. Bring your shared window to the front. Let me try that again. Okay. We're going to get this. Sean, thanks for the nod. I was like trying to.
It went all crazy.
Was it like spasm out? Okay, here it is. Let me know if you guys can see it now. Can you guys see that? Okay. You probably can't see it now, so I'm going to minimize that. Make this as big as I can here. Okay. Now we're good. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today, just briefly, I want you guys to take note. So recently they started talking about we've always had the 4 vital behaviors, but they recently started training about what the vital process means. And the vital process is basically like if someone asks you, how do you build a Beachbody business? The vital process is how you build a successful business. The vital behaviors are the activities daily that you do that create the vital process, which is what we do as Beachbody coaches. So it's important that you understand what the 4 vital behaviors are and what the vital process is. So if you guys check the Team Dynasty page or the Scotty's PS Coach page today, I put in there like 3 links, and then it's like an in-depth. Let me I can hear Sean going away. He's a busy man. Okay. I put into the Team Dynasty page a post just like an hour ago that is in-depth training on what the vital process is, and there's like 3 different links. So make sure that you find there's like a PowerPoint presentation as well that you can take, for example, so that you can train your team in the future. So you can customize it, train your coaches on what that is. So I put that in there for you guys. I wanted you guys to be aware of that. But what we're going to talk about today, after you guys already know about that, is what's called the first 30, the business quick start. So in the past, give me 1 second. What is it? Okay, you'll have to just wait. Play dinosaurs or something, okay? Okay. So I told you I don't have anything to entertain them right now. So they're going to play dinosaurs. So what we're going to talk about is the first 30 business quick start. I'm not going to go into detail, like complete detail on it, but I'm going to give you guys the resources so you can take that, learn it, apply it for yourself, and then be able to apply it with your coaches that you have or that you are going to be sponsoring into your team in the future. So for those of you that are older, more seasoned coaches on here, and for those of you who are newer, we used to have what was called the 7-day quick start guide. So what the first 30 business quick start is, it's a replacement for the 7-day quick start guide. So we're now using Beachbody created it, the first 30 business quick start. And I'm going to just show it to you briefly here. What it is, kind of the process for you to onboard a coach. And this is the last process of the vital process, is once you create a Beachbody advocate, somebody that's in love with these programs through your Beachbody Challenge group, help them achieve their goals. Now they become a coach. This is the what's next. What do you do with that person? Because we know what to do. Like as we recruit that person, get them into a challenge group, support them, encourage them, answer their questions, keep them committed, get them results. But what do we do with a new coach when that process starts? So it's the business quick start. So what you do, the first thing you want to do, and there's this thing I'll walk you through on here. We're not going to go through all the details, but I'm going to give you that resource, is have them fill this out so they know some basic things. And the idea of this is to not overwhelm a brand new coach, because if we can keep it simple for them, which this can be super simple, they're more likely to do the activity. If they're overwhelmed, they might not do anything. So you want them to fill this out. So have them fill this out, like they put their coach ID number right here. They have this little thing, need help. It gives them coach relations number right here. Also the coach FAQ. So you can teach them how to use the FAQ right there. You have them just type in all this stuff. Who's their sponsor coach? What's the sponsor's phone number, email? And obviously if you're sending this to your coach, that would be you. Who's the upline diamond coach? So let's say Mark, let's say I see Mark and Heather on here. Mark, let's say you sponsor one of your coaches. They're doing this. You know, obviously they put you right here. They would put me as the upline diamond and upline star diamond. So you have them fill that out. Second step is to have them set up their coach profile and business websites. So if you use this PDF, which I'm going to drop into the team page after this call, I'll put it in there. But I want you guys to know where I found this. I searched First 30 Business Quick Start on Google, and it's the first thing that pops up. And I just clicked it. It brought me to it popped up as a web page, and I saved it as a PDF onto my computer. So that I saved it onto my computer as a PDF so I can send it in my initial email once they sign up as a coach. And this is their first assignment to do as a coach. So if they do this, if they have this PDF, if they click this, it'll take them right into their Coach Online office to walk them through setting up these websites. So once they set it up, after they click this, goes into the Beachbody account, they can set that up. Then they can write their coach websites here and know what that is. Step number 3 is, so that they complete this, and it tells them what to do, right? After they do this stuff right here, fill out this top part, set up their coach profile and business website, they are going to send a message back to you to connect and complete their first 30 days coach action plan together. And so, and this gives them a little note as well that where they find your coach's contact information in the Coach Online office. And it also tells them they can call Coach Relations to get that as well if they don't have that. It also helps them get connected on these sites as well. Like a lot of times I feel not a lot of times, I hardly ever tell a brand new coach about all these sites right here. Like a lot of the stuff that I learn and talk about, like the team spirit, when a team cup comes up, all this stuff, like I hear it on the National Wake Up Call and all that, but I get them a lot of times from these places announce all of these things. What are the specials? What are the deals? What are we focused on? When's the launch? Everything is on here. So get them connected. This helps them get connected to that. It gives them a basic, simple, vital behaviors note right here, and gives them the National Wake Up Call. So this is the first thing that you have your coach do. And like that third step is right here. They finish it and then they get a hold of you. So they reach back out to you as a sponsor coach to do the next step. So the next thing I'm going to show you, I told you guys I will put this in the Team Dynasty page, but I just downloaded it from the internet here. I'm going to bring back up my, give me one sec. I'm going to bring up my browser again, and then I'll take you guys with me on a little journey here. Okay. Oops. I got like anybody else have a bajillion screens on your computer, like tabs? I'm like popping up Movie Maker and music and everything. Okay, we're good now. So, okay, I'm going to hit share screen. I'm going to take you guys to this fabulous place, one of my favorite places called Google. So I Google searched, I'll just take you back. I Google searched Business 30 Quick Start, and I found that PDF. And then this is what I found next earlier today. And I studied and went through this. But this is a training, a step-by-step guide for you specifically as the sponsor coach to walk your new coach through. Because it talked about on that PDF I just showed you, they do this simple little activity. Step 1, step 2, and then step 3 is reach back out to you for their 30-day plan. So this is what you do for your 30-day plan. You can find this on Google, but I'm also going to, I'll do it right now. I'll save it, export as PDF, first 30 leader guide PDF, save it to my desktop. Okay, so now I have it saved to my desktop. So I'll upload that file as well into the Team Dynasty page. But we're just going to step through this. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it, but we're going to step through it real quick. That way, if we have any questions together, we can answer them. So it gives you table of contents. This is what you're going to get in this guide. And then I want you guys to go through this because this is how you're going to step your new coach through their first 30 days. Kind of how we step a challenger through their first 30 days, 21 days of their challenge. So there's going to be a reference list. We'll just go through it. So it gives you this right here. Gives you the checklist, what you're supposed to do with them in the first 30 minutes, first 30 hours, and first 30 days. That's why they call it the 30 quick start. So as we step through here for the first 30, there's a checklist for you to do right here. So, and this is for you. This is for you to check off like that you did this with your new coach. So after you enroll them, you have them watch the new coach welcome email. So once they do that, you check it off that you sent that video, follow up with them just like we follow up with them as we're getting them ready to purchase their challenge pack in the very beginning of their journey into the challenger. You know, follow up with them, make sure they watch the 30-minute watch that new coach orientation video. And this is for checklist for later as you finish your the first 30 hours. And then this is one page. The first 30 days you can check off at the end that you have done all of these things. That way you know that you did your part in following up with them after. It was kind of a neat eye-opening moment at leadership when I can't remember which one it was, but I put all the leadership trainings on my website on scottyhobbs.com last week. But she's like, a lot of us have great systems, whether it's on the computer or whether it's pen and paper, to follow up with a prospect. And then she said, what follow-up system do you have once somebody becomes a coach or once somebody becomes a customer? And that was a moment where most of us were like, wow, we really don't have a follow-up system. So this is the answer to that, to help create a base follow-up system for you. So this is some things that you could talk to them with about thinking long-term as you're onboarding your new coach. We're not going to walk all the way through this because I want you to study it on your own and then try it with one of your coaches. If you have a coach you sponsored a month ago and you feel you didn't do it properly, I want you to go back to them and say, hey, there's something I learned. I know your goal is this. Are you willing to go through this with me? So it kind of walks through finding out what their role. You got to know what their goal is, because when you're working with a coach, it's not about your goals or your rank advancement goals. It's about what they want and helping direct them in that. And this first 30-minute checklist, it talks about it, but this is mainly for somebody that wants to build a business with Beachbody as a coach. You don't want to walk through this with somebody that's just kind of wants to use the discount. And it's a little intense as well, I believe, if someone just wants to refer products once in a while. But this is for somebody that wants to start building a team, running challenge groups. So has the first 30 checklist. I know before you're probably asking, like, okay, what's the email? What's the video I send? Here's a sample of one right here that Jeff Hill did. So my words of encouragement would be to you. You could send Jeff Hill's video, but what I would do is make bullet points of what Jeff talks about and make your own 6-minute video, so that your coach hears from you and not from Jeff. And then here's some things that you're going to talk about with them in their first 30 hours. So we're going to walk through it quickly because of our time. So it's going to walk you through everything. The next step it talks about is getting them connected to the team page, like you see in the Team Dynasty page or in my personally sponsored coach page. There's always welcoming them to the team. So it teaches you everything step by step to do even all of that stuff. And, a lot of times some of us that are more seasoned, like Sean and I, it's like just natural because we've been doing it for so long. But as a new coach, you don't know all these steps. So I think following this is going to help take away some of that anxiety of like, what do I do next? And so you can just be focused on your four vital behaviors and then following up with your coaches. So as you're doing this, it also talks about getting your coach into a Coach Basics group. If you need training on Coach Basics, That's also in your Coach Online Office under Training. There's a Coach Basics tab. And it gives you, there's also a PDF that you can print out that has day 1 through 60 trainings that you give your new coach. So they have that. I've focused my personal Coach Basics groups down into 30 days just because I think 60 days is a little bit long. It gives you advice as well. Like if your coach isn't engaging, it's going to give you advice on what to do. So this is a really expansive, intense guide to help you on getting your coaches engaged and what to do if they're not engaging, how to follow up properly with them, and also teaches you the priorities, like what should you be teaching the new coach. And it's like, I've been doing this for 6 years, and I've even seen over the past 6 years, we get, I don't want to say lost, but we step away from the roots at times, which is the vital process, which we trained about last week. But this kind of helps you, this guide, keep you dialed in on what are the things that we should be talking with our new coach. What should we be teaching them? What are the best practices for them? And they go through it right here in making challenge groups a priority, which goes back to the vital process of making sure we get our customers results. They become true advocates of the programs before they become coaches. The focus on helping people, not focused on points, numbers, all of that stuff, but on truly helping people. How to use Coach Basics. And it says right here, if you've never used Coach Basics, talk with your upline diamond. Like Sean's an upline star diamond. I'm an upline diamond. So if you've never run a Coach Basics before, don't be afraid to ask. For example, I had one of my coaches just 2 days ago say, hey, I have a brand new coach. I've never run a Coach Basics. Can I work with you? And they're in my November Coach Basics on day 3 with us right now. So don't try to guess. If you are uncertain of what to do, reach out to your upline diamond coach if you need to be in a Coach Basics or need to learn. Like here, it talks about that leader guide for Coach Basics that I was mentioning, that is the PDF in your Coach Online Office. So these are just some of the best practices, help keep their why present, identify conversations, identify 5 conversations. And I found this kind of interesting. It's helping your coach start off by identifying 5 people they can start conversations with the day after their getting started right call. What I like about that is it gets them into action and not just listening to training after training after training, but getting them actually into having conversations about getting fit or losing weight, getting healthy, so they can practice and get into that. Also gives you ideas on how to create a contact list. These are best practices of things that you should do with them. How to do those conversations, how to announce on Facebook or on a live video to announce that they are a coach, to get them to open, as I call it with my brand new coaches, how to open your business. Like I teach them, like our business is like a franchise, like Subway. If you never turn on the lights and put the open sign up and open the doors, no one will ever come in. So it's teaching, this is just giving you best practice on how to teach them how to do that. How to give them confidence, how to give them perspective about long-term. You know, one thing I give with perspective is, like, I did P90X 5 times. 5 times. I did the 90-day program 5 times before I ever became a coach. And I knew I could be a coach. And I'd been invited to be a coach like 30 times. But it took me that long to know that it was right for me and my timing. So I help my coaches understand that perspective, that when someone tells you no or ignores you or tells you this is not for them, that I give them that bigger perspective. So also teaches you an important trait about being a leader, I believe, is being positive and encouraging. So there's some samples, or it tells you exactly what Beachbody gets. They started doing this recently. So you get to see what Beachbody sends them. Once they sign up, they get a series of emails from Beachbody as well. So they get a welcome email from Beachbody. This is what it looks like. Gives them their coach ID number. Gives them their sponsor's name, email address, and also the business QuickStart. And then it shows Jeff's video right there. Tells them exactly what's going to happen. So you guys get to walk through this. I think it's important that you watch the videos, see what's in the videos, so you know exactly what your coach is seeing, so you can help answer their questions in that way. And then this is that one. This is the individual page that we just walked through right here. Then it talks about the next step. So this is basically up above there were tips and ideas to help keep your coach engaged, things you should be talking with them about. But this teaches you how to do your getting started right call. And it encourages a video conference, like a video chat. Use FaceTime or use Zoom so that you can see your coach, so you can read them a little bit better. Keep it simple and focused on what they should be doing during their first month. So just giving you examples. And this is a pretty cool thing as well. I watched some of these, let's see, about 2 weeks ago. I watched some of these in the training library. If you go into your Coach Online office, on the right-hand side towards the bottom, there's a video library. And there's a training library over there. And you can see a video on how to do a proper getting started right call. So this is the next part of, as you have that getting started right call with them, you're going to create the 30-day coach action plan. So the first thing we talked about, the first 30 minutes, to get them that email. You want to get them that welcome email, and you want to get them that first PDF that I showed you at the very beginning. Have them fill that out. In the first 30 hours, you want to make sure that they watch the video, make sure they fill that out, and do your getting started right call with them. And then you make the plan for the next 30 days. And this is the sheet to help you create that next 30-day plan. Help them get their why written out. Help them write out their first 30-day goals, which is help X amount of people join a challenge group. And also what that means with Success Club. Earn at least, and what I love about this is specific numbers, like how much to earn in commissions. Like how much, and so one thing that you can do with that is break down their goals for them. If they say, I want to help 5 people, or let's say some more small, I want to help 3 people get in a challenge group, and let's say it's the Core de Force, and it's a $140 challenge pack. You're educating them all that. You educate them, that's a $40 commission. So just help them understand right here for those first 30 days that the 3 challenge packs times 40 is going to be $120 total commissions. So help them write that goal down. Have their goal of completing the Coach Basics training or equivalent. What that means is if your team does something different or has a different, like a 21, I know Lindsay Matway has a 21-day training that we can use. So if you use that, that's why it says or equivalent. So make sure that they complete their Coach Basics training. And then this is one of my favorite ones, that they stick to their fitness program and drink their Shakeology every day. And then if you have a specific goal for them, that's aside from that, you can put it right here. So it could be a goal, like a goal I would have is have them to post on social media 3 times a day, every single day for those first 30 days. So you can help them put out those specific 30 days, also their action steps. And here's where that goal that I just mentioned goes on. Post on social media, your story, add value, build connections, how many times, daily or weekly. So it just walks you through all the action steps you can help your new coach with in those first 30 days. How many weeks, or how many, this is helping them identify or make a commitment. And when you write things down, they become more real. So if we can get them to write this down and send this back to you, they'll write down how much time they're going to dedicate to their business. And what I like the best about that is how I'm going to find that time. Like, what am I going to carve out of my day to make that happen? So like for me, I was going to work at the beginning 8 to 10. How am I going to make that happen? I'm going to stop playing Call of Duty and stop going to my softball game. So help them identify how they're going to carve out their time. Also, a commitment. Like, help them understand they're going to face obstacles during the first 30 days. How are they going to overcome them? And a lot of those are going to be fear. So help identify those with them. And you can fill this out as you're doing your getting started right call. Go through, this is step by step. Go through your getting started right call with them. Write these goals down so you can hold them accountable. So ask them when you want to have your accountability check-in. Like once a week when you're going to check in with them to make sure that they're doing these action steps. And then housekeeping items here, just a checklist for them to make sure that they're engaged is, are they in a Coach Basics group? Are they in a challenge group? Do they know what they're inviting people to? Do they know what challenge group they're inviting people to next month as they're making those invites that week? And have they been connected to the team, like in the team page, like Team Dynasty page, or your personally sponsored coach page? So this is the guide that's going to help you guys through the first 30 days on holding them accountable. And what I really love about it that I feel I've missed a lot of times is it has a weekly accountability day. Like, I'm going to check in. So let's say I sponsor Sean, and Sean's a brand new coach. We fill this out. Sean's going to know, and I'm also going to know. I'm going to check in with you on Wednesdays I'm going to write you, or I'm going to text you on Wednesday at 8:00 p.m. or whatever time it is we decide. And so he's aware that I'm going to check in. And do you know what that does for you subconsciously for that person, for the new coach? It's going to make them say, like, I got to get this done because I'm going to get checked in on. If we don't set that expectation that they're going to get followed up with, it's more than likely, I'm not going to say not more than likely, but it's more probable that it won't get done if there's no one holding them accountable to that. So I know I said this call would be short and we keep it to 30 minutes, but let me unshare that real quick. So how many of you guys, let me check the chat real quick before we close this out so I can make sure. Okay, we're good. You guys are still talking about when it looked weird when my screen was spazzing out. So, okay. How many of you guys, are you guys excited about this, having some sort of system to help hold your coaches accountable? I know I am, because like I am not a very organized person. Like I could show up and stay committed all day long for my stuff, even for the team pages, but I am not very organized per se in having a follow-up system, even with challengers. So this I see as a great way. And the Challenge Tracker app, by the way, if you're not using the Challenge Tracker app, that has been a lifesaver for me on following up with my customers, because I can just click on them and it shows me what days they logged, and I can hit send message and I can send them a text right to their phone from the app that says like, hey, I noticed you didn't log your Shakeology 2 days. Did you forget to log it? Or did you forget to take it? And I can hold them accountable like that. So the Challenge Tracker app, I believe, is really helping us follow through and hold people accountable in their fitness journey and that part of the vital process. But I'm super excited about this to help us hold our new coaches accountable, get them engaged, get them seeing success. And more importantly, I mean, success is getting engaged and in the process. So I hope that helps you guys. What I'll do is I will take that PDF. And you guys know where to find it, right? On Google? I'm like pointing at you guys. I found it on Google. It's like the first 3 that pop up are the ones that I showed you. But I've put them as a PDF on my desktop so I can send them in my new coach emails. But I'm going to put them in the files on Team Dynasty. And you guys can download them from there or go to Google yourself and get them. This call will be uploaded onto YouTube. But make sure you go through that checklist individually on your own. And then, like I said, one thing that I learned early in my journey was to always be, though I guess the word is humble, because sometimes we can feel like a failure, like, oh, I didn't hold my coach accountable like I should have, or I didn't do this. Like, don't live in that space, because that space doesn't serve anybody. But what you should do, and what I learned from one of my mentors early on, is just to go back. And it would be like me going back to, I see Christine's the first person I see right now, cause like, let's say 30 days pass and like she didn't engage in the coach basics. Nothing really happened, right? It's happened before. So, and not with Christine, but I'm giving you guys an example. Go to that person and say, hey, like, I understand, and it's always take the blame yourself. And I think that's good for anything in life, is to take that responsibility. Like, hey, I realized that I didn't hold you accountable or really set some standards for you. And I know this can be overwhelming in the beginning if you don't know what steps to take. And I want to make that right to you. Like, I learned this thing and I have a checklist I want to go through with you and check in with you weekly. Would you be willing to do that with me? And we can start today and we can work through that together. So don't be afraid to go do that with a coach that you already have, a couple coaches that you already have. And then, of course, moving forward with your future challengers that become rock stars. So I got to go make sure these kids are still alive. And then looks like I got some private messages on Facebook. So Anthony, I'll check that out first thing in the morning. And I'll put these in Team Dynasty files. So have a great night, guys. We'll see you next week.